Respected Kim Jong-un, first Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, first Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, convened a consultative meeting of officials in the field of state security and foreign relations to cope with the prevailing situation. Present at the meeting were Chae Ryong-hae, Director of the General Political Bureau of the Korean People's Army, officials of the party and army, and officials concerned. Respected Kim Jong-un listened to the report on the recent situation and development newly created in and around the Korean Peninsula. Grave situation has been created in and around the Korean Peninsula due to the unprecedented anti-DPRK suffocation moves of the hostile forces who fabricated the so-called resolution on sanctions of the UN Security Council, outrageous and provocative, concerning the successful launch of the second version of the man-made Earth satellite Kwangmyongsong-3, legitimate right of a sovereign state, and which was recognized by the U.S. expert organs assumed to be authoritative as well. This created a serious difficulty for our efforts to concentrate on economic construction, not to make the people tighten the belt any longer on the basis of self-defensive war deterrent provided by great Kim Jong-il all his life. Several countries concerned had made efforts for the fair solution of the issue and prevention of aggravation of situation. However, since it has been clear that their ability has the limitation as they admitted themselves, an undeniable truth that our sovereignty should be defended by ourselves has been proved once again. It has been also clear that the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula is unthinkable apart from the denuclearization of the world. At the meeting, respected Kim Jong-un expressed decisive will to take practical and more intensive important state measures to cope with the prevailing situation, as was already declared through the statements of the National Defense Commission and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to take strong physical countermeasures to defend the dignity of the nation and sovereignty of the country. He gave detailed tasks to the officials concerned. The news of respected Kim Jong-un's visit to the Daesongsan General Hospital being built by the Korean People's Army was reported by the Iranian newspaper Iran News and the Kuwaiti newspaper Kuwait Times. The Kuwaiti newspaper printed a photo of Kim Jong-un looking round the hospital. The Kuwaiti newspaper Kuwait Times recently carried a detailed gist of respected Kim Jong-un's New Year address, illustrated with his photo delivering the address. The international community infinitely praises the DPRK advancing for the final victory of socialism under the banner of independence, the banner of Sungun. The Indian newspaper New Delhi Times, the Chilean newspaper Le Molino Popular, and internet homepage of the Brazilian Committee for Solidarity with DPRK said, today respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un, identical with great President Kim Il-sung and leader Kim Jong-il, leads the Korean people. They said the Korean people are making a vigorous advance along the road of independence, the road of Sungun, and the road of socialism under his leadership. The Secretary of the Mpumalanga Provincial Committee of the Communist Party of South Africa and the Secretary General of the European Regional Society for the Study of the Juche Idea said that thanks to Sungun policy, Korea has become a military power, a bulwark of socialism in the world, no formidable enemy dares to provoke. We should also learn after Sungun policy, they added. The participants in the fourth meeting of Workers' Party of Korea cell secretaries who arrived in Pyongyang visited the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, where the great leaders Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il are laid in state, and paid high respect to them on Saturday. The participants in the fourth meeting of Workers' Party of Korea cell secretaries visited the Revolutionary Martyrs Cemetery on Mount Daesong on Saturday. They laid bouquets before the bronze bust of the anti-Japanese heroine Kim Jong-suk, who supported the idea and cause of the great leader Kim Il-sung with loyalty, and wreath and bouquets on the wreath-laying stand, and observed a moment's silence in memory of the anti-Japanese revolutionary martyrs. Kim Yong-nam, president of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK, sent a congratulatory message to the 20th meeting of heads of state and government of the African Union on January 25th. The message extended warm and fraternal greetings to all the delegates present at the meeting held in Addis Ababa, amid great expectations of all people of African countries and deep interest of the international community. The message said the proposals and efforts of the African Union for strengthening the unity and solidarity between the countries on the continent and for achieving peace, stability, and socio-economic progress of the region with their own efforts against foreign domination and interference evoke positive support and sympathy of the Korean and world progressive people. The message reaffirmed the DPRK's invariable stand to further expand and develop the traditional friendly and cooperative relations with African Union and its member nations on a new high stage. It wished the current meeting a greater success in its work for progress, sustained development, and common prosperity of Africa. Kim Yong-nam, president of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK, sent a message of greetings to Pranab Mukherjee, president of the Republic of India, on Saturday on the occasion of the Day of India. Kim Yong-nam in his message expressed the belief that the traditional friendly and cooperative relations between the two countries would be further strengthened and developed in various fields by the joint efforts of the both sides in the future. He wished the Indian president good health and happiness, as well as the people of the Republic of India continued development and prosperity. Kim Yong-nam, president of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly of the DPRK, sent a message of greetings to Quentin Bryce, Governor-General of Australia, on the 26th, on the occasion of the National Day of that country. Kim Yong-nam in his message wished the Governor-General good health and happiness, as well as the friendly Australian people well-being and prosperity. The Korean people bitterly condemned the so-called resolution on sanctions of the UN Security Council fabricated concerning the peaceful satellite launch. Hong Jung-cheol, vice chairman of the Central Committee of the Union of Agricultural Workers of Korea, Kim Myung-yeon, chairperson of the management board of the Changcheon Vegetable Cooperative Farm, and Kim Jong-sil, workshop managers of the Seonyeon Knitting Mill, termed the resolution on sanctions of the UN Security Council a gross violation of the sovereignty of the country and totally rejected all unfair resolutions on the DPRK. Park Kwang-cheol, DPRK Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to the Republic of Finland, presented his credentials to Finnish President Sauli Niinistö on January 22nd. The ambassador conveyed greetings of respect to Kim Jong-un to President Sauli Niinistö. He also conveyed greetings of Kim Yong-nam, President of the Presidium of the Supreme People's Assembly, to President Niinistö. The President expressed deep thanks for it and asked the ambassador to convey his sincere greetings to Kim Jong-un. He said the New Year address of leader Kim Jong-un evokes great response of the whole world and wished the DPRK success in its efforts for socio-economic development for the well-being of people. Rajeshi Kumar Aherwal, Charge d'Affaires ad interim of the Republic of India to the DPRK, gave a reception at the Taedonggang Club for Diplomatic Corps in Pyongyang on the 26th, on the occasion of the National Day of India. Invited to the reception were officials concerned, diplomatic representatives of different countries, and representatives of international organizations in the DPRK. Present there were the Indian Embassy staff members. The General Association of Koreans in the United States released a commentary on the 24th, denouncing the unfair resolution on sanctions adopted by the United States and its followers in the UN Security Council on the 22nd, grossly violating the sacred sovereignty of the DPRK. The Family Movement for Realizing Democracy of South Korea held a Thursday meeting, and the People for Peace and Unification issued a commentary on the 24th denouncing the resolution of the UN Security Council. The statement of DPRK Foreign Ministry issued on January 23rd as regards the resolution of the UN Security Council fabricated by the United States and its followers, grossly violating the sacred sovereignty of the DPRK, was distributed as an official document of the UN Security Council, number S201350 on the 25th. The memorandum of the DPRK Foreign Ministry demanding the dissolution of the UN command in South Korea was reported on the 17th and 18th by the Nepali newspaper Arpan, the internet homepage of the Socialist Party of Romania, Juche Idea, and internet homepage of the Peru-Korea Association of Culture and Friendship. Meanwhile, the full text or gist of the statement of the DPRK Foreign Ministry was reported on the 23rd and 24th under different titles, including Korea rejects resolution of UN Security Council, and Korea declares no more talks on denuclearization by Prensa Latina News Agency of Cuba, the British BBC, the US Fox News Television and Bloomberg News Agency, the India Asia News Agency, PTI News Agency, and newspapers Times of India, Statesman, and Hindustan Times of India, Obekjivnaya Gazeta, the internet newspaper of Ukraine, CX 36 Radio Centenario of Uruguay, and internet homepages of the Communist Party of Brazil and the Society for the Promotion of Relations between Austria and the DPRK. The daily Rodong Sinmun on Sunday ran a commentary under the title, Scream of Poor Losers. The commentary said, a few days ago, traitor Ri Myung-bak hurriedly called his underlings and said thorough preparations should be made, talking about provocation of the North and restraint. Minister of Unification Ryu Woo-ik also slandered on the same day the countermeasures of the DPRK, terming it extreme resistance. He said the North hastens its step along the bad road. The South Korean puppets talked about thorough preparations, trying hard to conceal the uneasiness at our toughest countermeasures. However, it is no more than a last kick of poor losers, quite at a loss what to do, afraid of the might of Seongun. It is our temper and stamina to more vigorously advance towards a final victory, full of conviction in victory and optimism, under the banner of great Seongun, without hesitation even a little, to whatever desperate efforts of the enemy. Those who are against our cause of justice will get nothing but merciless punishment, the commentary added. That was the gist of a commentary under the title, Scream of Poor Losers, carried in the daily Rodong Sinmun on Sunday. This is Voice of Korea.